Good morning students. Today we are going to discuss about the further structures of the eye. Okay. So in previous section we have discussed about the structure of eye. What are the different parts? Now again we are going to discuss about one more part, that is the retina, that is the tuning nervosa. So we have started in the previous lecture also, but we will again continue with the same point and we will look after the further structure as well as the functions. Right? So here, that is the third, that is the C, tuning nervosa, which is also referred as the retina. Okay. Now here it is innermost. It is innermost and incomplete layer. Incomplete layer, and it is formed of three parts. It is formed of three parts. It is formed of three parts. So there are three different parts which are also seen in this structure. So let's see. That is, the first part is the optical part. Optical part. Then this optical part is further divided. Okay, like let's write down certain points about the optical part. Then we will see its subtypes. Okay, so optical part, it is thick, pigmented, pigmented and photosensitive part, which is present along inner side of choroid. Okay, so we have seen the structure of eye where exactly choroid is present. Okay, in that there is a inner to the choroid, there is a presence of a thick pigmented photosensitive part. Okay, which is referred as the optical part. Okay, so here it forms posterior. It forms posterior two-third. It forms posterior two-third part of retina. Two-third part of retina. Okay. So this is what about the optical part. Okay. Now let's see the structure of retina. Okay. What it consists of, basically how the structure of retina is seen. Okay. So let's give the heading, that is structure of retina. Structure of retina. Okay, as you can see here on the board, we have discussed in the complete diagram of eye. Okay, what the structure is made up of. Okay, now here retina is formed of Retina is formed of 4 layers of cell. Okay, 4 layers of cell. Now, what are these 4 layers? That is, first one is and we are going to take a here arrangement from that is outer to inner. Outer to inner. Okay, that is from outside to the inside. That we are going to see in the arrangement. Okay, so these 4 layers can be the first pigmented epithelium. Pigmented epithelium. Then second, okay, I hope you can see this. Okay, just pause the video. Whatever you are not getting, you can pause the video and you can write down. Okay, so pigmented epithelium. Next to that is a layer of two types of photoreceptors. Okay, then third, that is I am writing over here. Okay, the next is a layer of bipolar neuron. A layer of bipolar neuron. And finally, the fourth one is a layer of retinal ganglionic cells. Retinal ganglionic cells. Okay, so these are the 4 parts. That is the pigmented epithelium. The next is the layer of 2 types of photoreceptors. The next is a layer of bipolar neurons, and finally a layer of retinal ganglionic cells. Okay, so these are the structures that we are going to study further now. Okay, so you can pause the video and note down the points. Fine. Now the first part, that is a pigmented epithelium. Now what exactly is pigmented epithelium consisting of? Okay, so pigmented epithelium, it is made up of, or it is having cuboidal epithelium, or it is having the cuboidal epithelium which consists of melanin, pigment granules, melanin pigment granules. Okay, so it consists of melanin pigment granules. Okay, the next, it helps in absorption of light. light. Okay, so this is what about the pigmented epithelium, right? So pigmented epithelium is nothing but a part of retina. Okay, that is, it is having cuboidal epithelium which are consisting of the melanin pigment granules. Okay, and which help in the absorption of the light. Okay, so that is a part of vision. That is a part of mechanism of vision. So we'll look after the mechanism also, but first of all we'll look after the structures which are involved in the vision mechanism. Okay, the next, second, a layer of two types of photoreceptors. So photoreceptors means what? See, these are the receptor cells which are supposed to absorb the light. Okay, and which are these? These are two types. These are the cones as well as rods. That is, you can write rods and cones. Rods and cones having light sensitive photopigments. Okay, light sensitive photopigments. Okay, so this is what about it. The next is the, let's see what are rods composed of and what are cones. So rods, okay, and the first one is the rods. What type of cells these are? So basically these have a visual purple pigment. These have a visual purple pigment. Okay, these have visual purple pigment. Okay, called rhodopsin. Okay, so this is the pigment which is being found in the rods. Means two types of cells are there, rods as well as cones, which are having the light sensitive photopigments. So light sensitive photopigment which is found in the rod is the purple pigment, okay, which is called as the rhodopsin. The next, this rhodopsin is a derivative of vitamin A. It is a derivative of vitamin A. Okay, and are sensitive to dim light. Okay, and are sensitive to dim light. Fine. This is what about it. That is the, we call it as a photopic vision. That is when we have a vision under dim light. At that time we call the term as photopic vision. Okay. Next. So this is what about the rods. Second is the cones. Okay. So you can pause the video, note on the points. Okay. And we will start with the cones. I hope you are getting this. If you have any difficulty, you can text me. Okay. is the cones. Now basically what are these cones? They have a visual violet pigment. They have a visual violet pigment. Violet pigment. Okay, which is called Rhodopsin. Called Rhodopsin. Okay, so this is what about the cones, and these are composed of the violet pigment called Rhodopsin. Okay, the Rhodopsin are sensitive to bright daylight. Okay, so these are sensitive to bright daylight, which are called as the phototopic vision. Photopic vision. Okay, so in rods we have seen that is the what type of vision? That is the photopic vision, which is in the dim light. Okay, and in case of bright daylight we have the photopic vision. Okay, so this is what about the cones. Now, in human retina, or human eye, there are three types of cones. Having their own peculiar photopigments. Which responds to red, that is the erythropsin. That is the name of the pigment which is supposed to respond to the red color. Okay, the next green, which is called as the chloropsin. And blue light. Okay, which is called as the cyanopsin. Okay, so these are the three different types of photopigments which are found in the cones. Means there are three different types of cones. The cone which are supposed to respond to the red light, or the photopigments which are supposed to be responding to the red light, are supposed to be called as the erythropsin. Okay, then the photopigments which are supposed to respond to the green light are called as the chloropsin, and which are supposed to respond to the blue light are called as the cyanopsin. Okay, so these are the three different types of the cones. Okay. Next, other colors are detected by simultaneous stimulation of more than one type of cone. Okay, so basically here different colors are also being observed by our eye. Okay, when we view at different part of in the surrounding, we can see different types of colors, right? And these different types of colors are due to this type of pigments, photo pigment systems are there. Okay, now other colors are also detected by the simultaneous stimulation of more than one type of cone. Okay, so due to the activity of cones, we can analyze different types of colors. Okay, then next, white color is perceived when three types of cones are stimulated equally. Okay, so these three types of cones, when they are stimulated equally, we can see there will be perceivance of the white color. Okay, so when we observe white, anything white, okay, like white board is there. Why it is due to the stimulation of these three types of cones, which are those, that is the red, green, blue. Okay, so which are stimulated equally, at that time we can observe the white. That is the thing. Okay, so you can write these points. Okay, you can pause the video and write on these points. Okay, we'll move to the next points again. We are continuing with the cones again. Okay. As the cones are insensitive to dim light, so a person cannot see. So a person cannot see colors at night. Okay, so in the night we are unable to see the colors. Why? Because the cones are insensitive to dim light. Okay, fine. So this is what about the cones. The next, so therefore, the rods are adapted. So the rods are adapted for twirling. Now what do you mean by twilight? Twilight. Okay, twilight means it will be the black and white vision. Okay, black and white vision. So rods are adapted for twilight type of vision, that is the black and white. Okay, while cones are adapted for color vision, while rods have no role in color vision. So students, you know that these are the structures. Okay, means these are the two different parts. That is the rods. That is the, when we look after the layer of photopigments, there are two different types of photopigments, or there are two types of cells which carry the photopigments, rods as well as cones. Okay, so here we can see rods are adapted to show us the black and white type of vision, and black and white vision, this is called black and white, and the cones, they are supposed to show us the color, different types of colors, right? You can see some examples of the only animals which are having only rods, means cones are not functional. In most of the animals, the vision is black and white. Okay, they are unable to recognize the colors. Okay, so why it is due to the presence of only rods, or the only rods are functional in them. Okay, so that is how they can only observe the black and white vision. Okay, so everything will be of same color, no different color will be there, like green, blue, any other color cannot be seen. Okay, so there are certain examples for the animals again. Fine. Now here we are moving towards another point, the spots. Now what is meant by spots? Now on the optical part of retina, on the optical part of retina, there are two spots, or there are two spots present. Two spots. Okay, and these spots are, number one, blind spot. Now what exactly this blind spot is? Okay, it is without rods and cones. Okay, so it is a part of the retina. That is, the spots are the part of the retina where we can see there is a part which is called as the blind spot. Okay, now blind spot means it is without the rods and cones. That means no vision will be seen. Okay, so it is insensitive to light. It is insensitive to light. Okay, so no image is formed on it. Okay, so no image is formed on it. So this is what about the blind spot. Another spot is yellow spot. Yellow spot. Now what exactly this yellow spot is? Okay. So here it is also called. It is also called. It is also called macula lutea. It is also called macula lutea. Macula lutea. Okay, or area centralis. Area centralis. Area centralis. Okay. Now, this area centralis is an area which lies opposite to the optical axis of the lens So in the diagram of eye, we have drawn a particular line which is going from the retina. Okay, that is from the lens to the retina part. Okay, you can see that line. It is nothing but a yellow spot, or you can see, yes, that is consisting of the macula lutea. Okay, that is the part. Okay, in the diagram you can observe this one. And next, let's find and lateral to blind spot. Okay, so that is what it is called as the yellow spot. Okay, so you can pause the video, note down the points. If you find any difficulty in understanding any of the term, you can text me the messages. Okay, I will solve you the doubts. Then the third part, yes, so first in the retina we have seen the optical part. Now the second part is the ciliary part. Okay, second part is the ciliary part. So first part was the optical part. In optical part we have discussed about the four layers. Okay, that is the four structures. That is the pigmented epithelium. Okay, then next is the layer of photoreceptor, a bipolar neuron, and a layer of retinal ganglionic cells. Okay, so before we start with the ciliary part, let's see the diagram. Okay, which represents the different structures under the structure of retina. Okay, so here we draw the diagram. Just we have to draw this diagram. Okay, in your notebook. So here we have to draw the cuboidal epithelial cells. Okay, so as we have seen the pigmented epithelium. Epithelium means that is the cuboidal epithelium. So here will be the cube-like cells will be there, okay, which are common referred as the cuboidal epithelium. So in cuboidal epithelium we know that the nucleus is central, large, okay, and here it is having a dense cytoplasm also. You can see there is a cytoplasm over here. Okay, now the outer part it is the chorioid. Then it is pigmented epithelium. Pigmented epithelium. Okay. Then next to the pigmented epithelium, there are certain processes. Okay. So there is a formation of certain processes. These are also referred as the pigmented processes. Okay, these are like the microvilli structures. Okay, these are called as the pigmented processes. These are microvilli structures. Okay, now here you can label it the pigmented processes. Pigmented processes. Now next to the pigmented processes is the formation of the bipolar nerve cells. Okay, bipolar nerve cells. So what is meant by bipolar nerve cell is you can look after the structures. Just look after the structures. Come to know what is meant by this bipolar nerves. Okay. So here the nucleus can be drawn, around which there is a dense cytoplasm, and this is a synapse. So in the very beginning of this chapter we have discussed about the synapse. Synapse is a place from where the impulses are transmitted, right? So here also whatever impulses or the light which is being sensed, okay? So here again we will draw one more. Now next to that is the again one more diagram is there. Okay. you can see this structure. Now this part is called as the rods. Okay, this part is referred as the cones. Okay, so this is the ventral section. Okay, or vertical section of the retina of eye. Okay, so VS of retina of eye. Now here you can see the projections like this. So here you can see the diagram. Okay, this is the bipolar nerves. Okay, bipolar nerves are there. So these are the dendrites. These are the dendrites. This is the cytosol. This part is the axon. Okay. Now here these cells are called bipolar cells. Bipolar cells. Centrally it has the nucleus. Centrally it has the nucleus. And this bipolar cells, okay, they will again transmit their signals to a particular nerve cell. That is again another bipolar cell. Okay, from where the impulses are carried. Okay, so these are the nerve fibers which are carrying the impulses. Again here. So in this way you can see the structure, okay, which represents the, here I write the name of the diagram, that is the figure VS of retina, that is the vertical section of retina of eye. Okay, so you can pause the video and note down, or you can draw the diagram. So here the pigmented epitheliums are present. Okay, so pigmented epithelium consists of the photosensitive pigments. Okay, yes, that means it is from yes, pigmented epithelium having the melanin pigment into it. Fine. Then a layer of, or it have the two types of photoreceptor which are referred as the rods and cones. Then next, then it has the bipolar neurons, a layer of bipolar neuron. Here you can see the bipolar neurons are there. Bipolar is what? Single cytosol. Okay, and two types. There is a having the extension of two axons. Bipolar nature means two synaptic ends are there to a single what to say neural cell. Okay, that is bipolar nature. And this part is called as the ganglionic cells. That is the fourth. a layer of retinal ganglionic cells. Now these ganglionic cells comprises the nerve fibers. Okay, comprises the nerve fiber. So you can pause the video and draw the diagram. Okay, fine. So this is what about the structure. Now let's move towards the second part. Okay, second part in the retina, that is the ciliary part. You can pause the video and draw the diagram. That is ciliary part. Ciliary part. Now what this ciliary part consists of? Okay, that is, it is thinner, only pigmented part present inner. Okay, so it is thinner. It is thinner, only pigmented part, only pigmented part, only pigmented part present inner to